Loaded talk, loaded grok. All right. Giving Trump his kudos this week. He's done two things. I think he deserves kudos for it. There was 8 women in Iran that were scheduled to be executed yesterday, I think. Trump reached out. I'll see if they show the Truth Social now. Yeah, but he reached out and he basically said, hey, y'all are going to, like, Iran's going to be negotiating with my team soon. And I think they would find it very encouraging and a good faith if these executions did not happen. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump. And so he basically tweeted out something like that, truthed out something like that. And so Iran came back and they go, all right, 4 of them are released, 4 of them have to serve a month in jail or something like that, or a week. I think it's a month. Probably right here. Yeah. 4 of the women will be released immediately. Another 4 would be sentenced to 1 month in prison. That's not going to be pleasant necessarily, but Trump said, I very much appreciate that Iran and its leaders respected my request as President of the United States and terminated the planned execution. Thank you for your attention to this matter, of course. So he was able, these were 8 women that were going to get executed for protest. It was protest related stuff. And like maybe it sounds like 4 of them did something a little worse than the other. Maybe they're just saving face or something. They've been in prison, so I guess 1 more month in the world. Hopefully they don't just murder them in prison or whatever other sorts of activities might occur in Iranian prisons for women. Hopefully they don't occur, haven't been occurring. But anyway, he did literally save 4 to 8 lives with a Truth Social post. That's good. That's good. No notes. Good job. No notes. Good job. If you can't agree that Trump did good and saved those women's lives, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you need to pull your head out your butt. He does lots of stupid stuff. You can hate him for that. He saved some women's lives. And then the second thing he did is, I don't know, bigger or whatever, but this has the potential to be a game changer for everybody. He signed an executive order that allowed for a review of psychedelic drugs, and in particular, specifically noted Ibogaine for study on depression, PTSD, anxiety, and opiate abuse. Have you ever heard of Ibogaine?
No.
Okay. So Ibogaine is being pushed real hard by Rick Perry. Do you remember Rick Perry?
That name sounds very familiar.
2-term governor of Texas, ran for president. He was the front runner for a little bit in, I think the Obama re-election year, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. He's run a couple times, but he was a front runner for a little bit until he had like a George W. Bush type of flub where he's like, yeah, or he's like, there's 3 things, or I'm gonna do 3 things. 1, 2. I don't remember the third one. That's what it was. He goes, I don't remember the third one. But everyone's like, womp womp, and he just. But anyway, conservative Republican type does not think that marijuana should be legal. So like he's not on doing drugs. Ibogaine is hallucinogen from a tree in Africa, and it is not fun. It's not a fun hallucination type thing. Like, it's not, no one abuses it, because if you do it once, you go, I don't know if I ever want to do that again. Well, apparently, if you mix it with, I think, some magnesium, it has shown to have great results on drug abuse, an addiction, and PTSD. And then from there, depression, anxiety, this kind of stuff. So Rick Perry is obviously pushing that it should be medically supervised because it can put some strain on the heart. It's a powerful hallucinogen. But they think that the mechanism is that somehow it does just a factory reset on like your dopamine and serotonin and all your happy drugs in your brain. And so, when the problems is like if you take opiates for a long time and then you kick them, they always say, just live life, be happy with kind of day to day, get on your feet. Don't make a big decision for 2 years. Part of that is, obviously they don't want add stresses, but the other part is they think it takes about 2 years for your brain to rewire from the opiate abuse. Wow. And so to kind of get back to normal, Ibogaine seems to do that immediately. Let's see if they have the stats here. Here we go. A 2024 Stanford-led open-label trial found magnesium ibogaine treatment led to an 88% average reduction in PTSD symptoms, 87% in depression, 81% in anxiety, in 1 month post-treatment.
Wow.
So that's 88% success in one session, like a month later. The thing is, with 2 sessions, it's over 90 and it's approaching 100. So like, so when you look at the number of soldiers that come back PTSD, all these people, like this literally might be something that saves thousands of lives. And when you take in the opiate epidemic, you know, thanks to the Sacklers and all them, this has the ability to save those lives. It like really, the number of people that can be touched by this is going to be millions and millions, assuming that it gets through all the FDA stuff and is allowed out. But, you know, with RFK in charge of the FDA and all that, like I do have optimism that it can get through this. And it's got bipartisan support. No one's really objecting to it, you know? So this is a great thing that happened. Like, it's apparently Rogan said he texted Trump a bunch of information on ibogaine, and Trump goes, "Sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it."
Yeah, got that kind of connection. That's great.
He takes Donald Trump. He's like, "Yeah, all right." And he's like, "It's gonna say," because it really is like an amazing thing. I mean, for Rick Perry, who's anti-weed and like anti, I mean, I think he's not huge into psilocybin and stuff like that, but he has noted that medically supervised psilocybin therapy has had effects that have not been had otherwise. So I think he's open to it. The ibogaine thing, though, is it's amazing, and it's a good thing that Trump did. It's a good thing that Joe Rogan did, but it's Trump does deserve a lot of credit for this. There's not a lot of people had heard about it. I don't know. It's not like a huge. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing that people take notice of right now. And even once it clears FDA, I don't think it'll be something people will notice right away. But I think at some point there'll be articles written in, you know, Time Magazine or whatever, where they go, "Look at this treatment, this miracle treatment saving all these soldiers, developed by Dr. So-and-so." They won't give Trump any credit for it. But it will be one of those things where, like, I think at some point, once it's available to the people, right now they got to go to Mexico to do ibogaine treatment. So you have to, like, learn about it and travel for it and all that. So,
Well, I mean, it says nearly 6 million people are currently addicted to opioids, so that's a huge number to put a dent in, that's for sure.
well, if you think about the number, like, you know, you have someone die or wander off as a zombie, you know, they've got a family. You know, you have mom and dad or siblings or cousins, or, you know, the size of the family varies. And, you know, sometimes your family is hooked on pills too, sometimes not. But it's like, you know, addiction touches a lot. You know, and then if they die, so there's just, you know, what was it, 6 million, 7 million, 6 million. So, you know, 6 million, then like just multiply by 4 for poor friends / family members that aren't on drugs. That'll miss the person who is, you know. So 24 million there, and then you get the PTSD people, which, you know, a cynic might go, well, I guess if you're about to send a bunch of people to fight in a war, you might as well authorize a good treatment for PTSD. But for right now, I'm just going to say it's good. I like it.